Hi there and welcome to Bustthenet. Yes, on today's show, we are going to be taking a look at Ajax. This is the next episode in the Ajax Diaries, and I want to thank One Football App for continuing to sponsor the shows on this channel. The Ajax Diaries are actually a way for me to cover training as well, and I'm focusing on a squad that is loaded with talent. They've got a fantastic academy. One thing though, you over time you're gonna want to improve their youth facilities. I'm not doing it too early in the game because I'm just started managing this club, so I don't want to get kicked out of the club. The other thing I like to do with whenever I do training is I like my own views where I can see everything at a glance, and I've got one of my views up here called. You can download these from the Steam Workshop. I've got their personality. I look at tactical familiarity isn't very important to me, but I know some people like to see green bars, and so I've stuck them in. I like to track potential ability and current ability. Why? Now it's very simple. The logic in the match code is a player is not going to play to his full ability unless full potential unless CA equals PA. So here, the current ability says 2.5 stars, right? So his current ability is this, and his potential ability is actually slightly higher. So there's still room for Louis or Joella to develop. What about this? You've got like 3.5 stars, and you've got 4 stars that are 4 stars, maybe a fifth star, which is black. This means that the player there's still a lot more room for this player to develop because he's not playing to his fullest potential, and the coaches are not aware of his full potential. They can only guess as much. So players like this, like Matisse Delight, he's very talented. If I'm looking at his attributes, I'm really impressed with him because he's got vision. I mean, this is such a rare ability in a central defender. So what I've done is I've also given him a brings ball out of defense player trait, and I'm also asked him to work on his dribbling, and he's working on training as a ball playing defender. So when it comes to his training, if I'm looking at ball playing defender, he's working on these categories. His intensity level is going to be average. We're not gonna that if we I put him on heavy, he's going to be in trouble. Then his workload is going to become very heavy. So I do not want any player to have very heavy for a workload or they get injured. So where possible, I give them player training, like for Maximilian Verber. He's training his average level as well. He's working on composure, and he's training as a ball playing defender. And so we keep things really simple. Like here with Klaus Jan Huntelaar is 34 years old. I don't want him to get injured, but he doesn't work on an additional focus. His intensity level is heavy, and his workload is actually medium. Now I like to look at the injury susceptibility as well. Like here, we got to be very careful with some of these players, and I'm going to be tracking them in order so that I like there's a warning bell. I'm familiar. I get warned if I'm overusing them, for example. That's the first thing I do. The second thing that I do is I use tactics that allow me to feel these players, because I need them to play games, and I can't just stick to one tactic, which I think is ideal for the 11 guys, the best 11 on the pitch. Maybe for some games, the best 11 will be playing, so they use a certain tactic. But I've used a few tactics this season, including a 4-1-3-2, a 4-4-1-1, a 4-3-3, 4-4-2, 4-1-4-1. So I've used a few tactics so that I get different players playing the game. And we've used a 4-3-3, we used a 4-4-1-1, we used a 4-1-3-2, and I'm planning to use a 4-1-2-3 against Atletico Madrid. That's going to be our next match. We have been experimenting a fair bit now. So in this game against ADO Den Haag, we were actually 3-1 down at the end of the first half. I was playing a variation of my 4-3-3, and it wasn't perfect. We went 3-1 down, and I had to change I didn't change tactics, I just changed the roles and duties of my players in the system, and we came back to score 3 more goals in the second half. We won that game 4-3. We beaten Dordrecht 3-0, and Vitesse Arnhem. This was purely we stuck in a lot of youngsters for this match. We had Frankie de Jong, Amin Younes, Caceria, Dennis Johnson. We put them in, and when we couldn't get the winner, I had to bring on David Neres and Klaus Huntelaar, and we managed to score a goal right at the death, 89th minute, to take the win. There was so much pressure because I wanted to rest my players for this very important game in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. We've so far drawn our first game against Bayern Munich. Besiktas are leading the table. They won their home match against Atletico Madrid, which puts a lot of pressure on us. If we are to progress, we have to be able to at least get a result against Atletico Madrid, and Besiktas is a big tall order. It's not going to be easy because I fully expect Bayern Munich to beat Besiktas in today's game because Bayern are at home. We are travelling to Madrid and I'm hoping to secure a result against them. It's still early days. I don't have a lot of faith in myself to actually get through to the next round of the Champions League. It's a tall order. We've added to our squad. We've brought in Lorenzo Christique, and we've also brought in Simeon Passa. He's a youngster, but this guy is more of a cover. Generally, I play Donny van de Beek and Karel Eiting, but unfortunately for me, Donny van de Beek is out for 3 weeks and Karel Eiting is also injured, so bad news for us. It really looks like we're going to struggle in the Champions League. So what am I going to do for the match against Atletico Madrid? I plan to do something slightly different, and we are hoping that we do get some breaks against Atletico Madrid. So we're playing with a 4-2-1-2-1 system against Atletico Madrid. It's a very defensively minded system because they are going to be playing a 4-4-2. We've got a volante here. We've got a volante, and I remove this. And we've got here. We're going to remove this as well. We've got a central midfielder on attack. Here I've got him to move into channels. And here we got inside forward, an attacking playmaker, false nine, inverted wing back, and a defensive fullback, a central defender, 2 central defenders. And we're hoping that this is enough to be defensively strong against a team like Atletico Madrid. They played quite well, and I just want to start off a bit conservatively with this team because I am not too certain that we can pull it off. Coke to Pate to Saul out to Coke. They come in. Yes, Simeon Passa has upended the Atletico Madrid player. Here we go, Black with a goal kick. Werber, Juan Frank, Saul. We won't be seeing a lot of the ball, that's for sure. We're just hoping for some counter attacks. This is totally defensive because I'm being very honest. We are not as good as Atletico Madrid on paper, so we're gonna have to try and frustrate them defensively. Ziyech to Skone to Dolberg. So when we do get the ball into the opposition half, hopefully we have enough movement in and around the box to get chances, and that's all we can hope for at the moment. So we've got the strength of having Neres, Ziyech, and Dolberg and Skone. These 4 players. Wajiva you can't get the ball, and this is good reading at the back. Ziyech, Wajiva looks for the run of Dolberg. Oblak. Dolberg gets to it first. Plays it into space for David Neres. David Neres inside the box. It's an own goal! You gotta love it. Yes. Total chaos at the back for Atletico Madrid. David Neres charging. They were attacking us and left a lot of space. And yes, too many of their players in the box. They're going to have to come out against us now. So this is good for us. Ziyech into the box, headed right into the hands of the keeper. Jiva hits it down. Weltman to Ziyech. Ziyech to Dolberg. Dolberg holds the ball up. Looks for Weltman. Weltman looks for Neres. We're not overcommitting ourselves in attack. We're just making sure that there are enough. Oh no. I'm hoping that I was just talking about not overcommitting. He's supposed to be a defensive fullback. Yes. Why was Weltman so high up the pitch? We have gotten off to a lucky start. Dolberg with the ball. Plays it back to Vajiva. Ziyech to Skone. Skone looks for Dolberg. Dolberg. Oh, he had a great chance to make it 2. Skone to Dolberg. Dolberg holds the ball up. Looks for support. Finds Ziyech. Ziyech to Christique. Christique Skone and loses out. Pate. Camero. Oh, Griezmann is through. Gets the equalizer. Defensive error from the boys. Okay. We're going to change stuff. And I'm going to go stuck in now. Camero, delete, wins that. Ziyech with the ball, plays it back to Weltman. Weltman to delete to Ziyech, to Skone, back to Ziyech. Now to Vajiva, to Christique, Ziyech. Skone, out, it goes to David Neres again, inside, it's a penalty. Yes! Onana, get up there. Our goalkeeper is going to have to take the penalty. Yeah, why? Because Bayern Munich. You haven't seen the match. I don't care if we miss. Yeah, the goalkeeper has scored. It's 2-1. Yes, I get my goalkeeper now to go and score penalty kiss. This is a tribute to Lucas Weatherby. Yes. And we now have another goal because Klaus Jan Huntelaar had a penalty against Bayern Munich. We could have won that match and he missed. So now I'm just going to get my goalkeeper to do all penalties. Gabi, he's lining up a shot, but he can't cook. Gabi again, out wide goes a flip. Louis, now to Gabi. Gabi lines up a shot, but it's too far away. David Neres has won us a penalty that was really, really sweet. Vajiva, Pate, out. It goes Atletico Madrid looking to create something. They're passing the ball, but we are holding firm actually. Flip Louis back to still trying to look for an opening. But there are players inside the box that are free. Griezmann, players are on him immediately. Party, they pushed Atletico Madrid back. Atletico Madrid cannot afford to lose the ball in our half now. No, Griezmann shoots, he makes it this 2-2. No, it's disallowed. Yes, it is disallowed. Oh, it's not a goal. I don't know what happened. Sometimes these highlights look a bit strange. Go down, back to Party. Party has to go backwards. Ajax 2, Madrid 1. What I like about the action zones is, look at this, Ajax, Atletico Madrid, they may have a lot of the ball, but they don't get a lot of easy shots at goal. Christie, I'm hoping that stays. Weltman to David Neres. Neres plays it back to Christie. Now to Ziyech. Ziyech to Skone. Skone. Oh, what a ball for David Neres. Oh, he couldn't control it. Oh, that's exactly how we want those balls to move. All right. We're going to make a change. We're taking Neres off. He's had a good game, but we're going to bring on Armin Younes now. He's a lot more attacking, but part of me says change him to a winger on attack. But as an inside forward, he also cut inside. But I'm hoping that with this, because he's right-footed and playing on the right flank, we'll get a few more crosses. Oh no, they've equalized. It's 2-2. Man. Ajax 2, Atletico Madrid 2. They scored from a set piece. Christique to delete to Veltman. Skone goes looking for Dolberg. It's putting them under some pressure. Oblak now. Let's go down to Gabi. Ziyech reads that brilliantly, plays it back to the inverted wing back. Werber to Pasa. Pasa don't lose the ball. Christique to Skone to Dolberg. Dolberg, what does he do? Why does he shoot? Not much time left on the clock. Atletico Madrid 2, Ajax 2. We played quite well away from home. Ajax control much of the game, 56%. But we haven't been able to beat Atletico Madrid. Christique with the ball to Ziyech. Ziyech to Vajiva. Back to Ziyech. Ziyech to Skone. Now to Pasas. The youngster just smashed it. And they've got to do a 4-2-4. Please do. Please do. Give me a chance to score. Werber to Vajiva to Ziyech to Skone. Plays it to Ziyech. Ziyech looks for Pasa. Pasa plays a simple pass to Younes. Huntela. Idiot. Griezmann looks for. Walks into traffic. Savic mouth to Coke. To Gabi. Gabi. Oh, it's blocked. I mean, Younes. He's got blistering acceleration. That's why he's on the pitch. He's a winger on attack. Crosses it. That was almost. Salko can't strike it at goal. Savic, they have 3 minutes of stoppage. And it's read by Younes. To Weltman. Weltman to Huntela. Huntela can't control the ball. Why is he even in this team? Romero. It's a corner. 4-2-4 versus whatever we have decided to come up with. Gabi into the box. Griezmann into the safe hands of the keeper. There is still time, boys. Onana, the goalkeeper. Delit. Back to Werber. Werber to Ziyech. Ziyech. His back is turned. He's going to have to pass it to Vajiva. To Christique. To Ziyech. Back to Vajiva. Oh, no. Good defending from Werber. Clears the danger. Savic again. To Coke. Gabi. To Gennaro. Griezmann. To Gabi. Salko. The boys are playing well. And they clear the danger. It's another corner. Atletico Madrid 2. Ajax 2. So it's 2 draws. We've had a draw against Bayern Munich. We now have a draw against Atletico Madrid. We don't seem to be able to win these games. Man, unlucky. It just wasn't our night. This is very disappointing. I mean, I thought we did enough in this game to actually beat Atletico Madrid. Tactically, I think I got it right on the day. The plan was correct. The execution by some of the players was not very good. Simeon Pasa, I'm surprised he got a 6.9 in this game. Youngster, he played okay. David Neres was definitely played really well. Unfortunately, towards the end of the second half, we realized that Kasper Dolberg wasn't playing too well. A 6.1. I decided to take him off and bring on Klaus Huntela. And I mean, Younes, his acceleration, I was hoping that we could at least get something from there for a chance. But unfortunately for us, we had some good chances, but not enough to win the match on the day. As you can see from the match stats, we had 2 clear-cut chances in this game. They have 4 though. But we still, I was pretty happy with the way we played. The formation-wise, we went with this system. I think I got it right on the day. I mean, it was a defensive system, leveraging on these players to come and get into space and do something with it. Skone doesn't have it. Can't tackle very well, so I stuck him in here to help create something. Ziyech is like a playmaker, and then we got Neres and Dolberg to try and do something. I couldn't really put Huntela there because on the break Huntela is not fast enough. Well, I guess we've done okay in the Champions Group Champions Group E. We still got 2 points. It's still an open table. Bayern have won 1, drawn 1. Besiktas have won 1 and lost 1. Atletico Madrid have drawn 1 and lost 1. So there's still a chance. Everything now rests on our ability to beat Besiktas. We've got to play Bayern away, and now we've got Atletico Madrid at home. Still a long way to go. This is very interesting. I mean, then we'll just continue with doing things at home because let's just face it, at home I play 4-3-3s, right? But in Europe, with these better teams, I've got to come up with systems that can play to our strengths. And with the injury to Donny van der Beek, I thought this wouldn't be a bad system, and it turned out to be half decent actually. Uh, it it did okay. We managed to keep them at bay. We almost had a chance. We almost did enough in this game to come away with a win, but wasn't enough. It wasn't enough on the day. We changed certain things to the tactic. We removed, we didn't go so deep, played pass into space, hoping that on the counter we could use this role, these three, to do something with the ball. But still disappointed that Ajax could not beat Atletico Madrid. I was close. I was so close. Man, well, I am going to return to showing some games from the Dutch league. If you have any questions, please feel free to look me up on Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, my website. Once again, I'd like to thank all my patrons for their continued support of this show. You make these kind of shows possible for the rest of the community. You guys take care and have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.